Emma's car from a math test after I calculated its width to be 0.27 centimeters. The type of inner peace you have to find to avoid getting rage baited by your parents. In another country and thought this was candy. It's soap. I do anything for my mom. MFs as soon as their mom asks them to do the dishes. When your situation is so F, you can't find it on Quora or Reddit. The type of stuff they put on the cover of extremely sour candy. When you see his bros comment on a random post, so you like it to let him know you're always watching. Your dad before he got nerfed in the marriage DLC. Job interviewer. It says in your resume you went to Harvard University. Me? Yes, for my cousin's graduation. Job interviewer. Me leaving my house at 8:07 a.m. hoping I make it to work by 7:30 a.m. When you're already angry and your game starts lagging. Absolutely insane battle between two submarines. Barbie, my first product was launched in Japan. Oppenheimer, when your girl throws a shoe at you but your mom has trained you for over 20 years. Phone so dry, I checked tomorrow's weather. Me looking at doctor after he said you have social anxiety instead of saying you're cold and nonchalant. When someone says, ew, what's that smell? But my 72-hour deodorant still has 7 more minutes left, so I know it isn't me. How my mom looks at me when the true crime documentary describes the killer as an introverted and quiet individual. I'm cooked. How that one MF starts acting after buying a trench coat. How I start aura forming in the car, blasting 2000s white girl hits. Bro locked in when he noticed the camera. Wife, why does her wedding cost over $450,000? My entrance. Having a job is cool, but every day, me having a job, me without a job, me finding a job, me watching the homeless man pull out his master's degree in computer science. It's over. Silent Hill 2 remake without any fog looks like the average day in the UK. Me changing my settings mid-match. One bro says, we won after I carried him the whole game. Ain't no way they're camping at the spawn. When you're excited to get home after work and relax, but you only have time to get ready for work tomorrow. A job for 8 hours. I don't even sleep 8 hours. Me thinking about my future. Me thinking about my past. Me thinking about my future. Life when sleeping was the worst part of the day. Life when sleeping is the best part of the day. Me trying to listen to literally any soft or slow music, no matter the themes, mood, tone, or genre. When you're thinking of a song and it comes up on shuffle immediately. Me listening to the same song I already heard 30 times today. When you're listening to music in a language you don't understand. Me, the song I used to love but played too many times. When you're old enough to learn the family lore and find out the monsters you're related to. Me, who forgot to unfreeze the chicken. Mom, when your dad defends you against your mom in an argument. My mom, when I interrupt her 5-hour call with my aunt to ask what's for dinner. Bar bathroom wisdom, the naked man fears no pickpocket. Me, okay, I'll go out, but only one drink. Later, we are going to steal the moon. Cats, when they hear pss, pss, pss. Dogs, when they hear good boy. Birds, when they hear my plan against the government. People, put a bunch of carbon in the atmosphere, the planet. Be a lot cooler if you didn't. When your sibling takes your things without asking you, somebody's going to die tonight. Is a black hole destroying your universe? Not with flex tape, it ain't. Point of view, 7-year-old you just used your mom's anti-aging cream that makes you 10 years younger. How I look at bro after we get superpowers and he says, let's fix this world instead of save. Me walking out of the exam after knowing that I wrote my name correctly. Me starting to study before the night of the exam just to realize how effed I am. Students after graduating, I do not know how to get a job. I don't know how to pay taxes. All I know is that a plus b squared equals to a squared plus b squared. Fourth graders after using ChatGPT to do their list 5 uses of water homework. Teacher, if you don't go to college, you'll end up like him, the trucker who makes 100k a year. How I stand in front of the TV when the BS my mom is watching actually gets a little interesting. When you're chilling at school in the year 3000 BC, trying to act nonchalant, but bro starts talking about some. When you hear clap sounds from your neighbors at 3 am, but then you realize you're in the boys' hostel. Ask my therapist who their therapist was and went to see them. Asked them the same thing until I got to the final boss therapist and defeated them with my train wreck of a life. One bro actually asked a normal question instead of his usual BS, so he has me thinking like this. The MF who set the alarm, everyone else, girls today, I'm half naked and still can't find someone to love me. Cinderella, I lost one shoe and found love. Me staring at the employee dead in the eye as I sample their new 800-pound perfume. Folk country FL sheriff Grady Judd, wearing the $50,000 chain, deceased at a drug bust, to the press conference where he announced, "We got their trip," lives rent free in my head. When you have been telling management about a problem for weeks, now you're just like, one bad timing and terrible spelling gave us this gem. Breaking news. Due to a decrease in cookie sales, the Girl Scouts switched to a more aggressive sales campaign. Why do Egyptian alligators have emotional problems? Because they are in denial. How is this joke NSFW? Alligators are not safe at most workplaces. Bubble enthusiast hearing about pop culture. I can see stuff clearly now.